No hate to this comment, but let's make a lot of people mad and ask a lot of questions. The big three are Scandinavia, Norway, and Sweden. But nobody talks about the Dutch. They led the way in seafaring and trading before the big three really got into it and became known for it. And since Viking was more of an activity, I would say many other places went Viking but didn't follow the Norse religion. Places that were conquered or settled. Ivar the Boneless is documented as having a stronghold in the north of Scotland for quite some time. And they conquered England. Since many settled or took wives, I would argue they brought some of the local population with them that met their standards. Therefore, it also applies to Francia. France. Because even though Rollo was told not to go raiding, he heard not raiding. Iceland and Greenland did it. Are they a joke to you? Then there's the Rus, both on the ocean and on the rivers. Oh, and I can't leave out Denmark. And yeah, many of us are quite aware of the religion because it's still going today. Now I'm prepping for a 1-mile truck push for charity, and I've been writing up a fitness plan. Getting ready for another 2-month fight camp. I'll be flipping a lot of tractor tires, but I wanted to add in stones. In my research, I came across the Vitric stones. In Iceland, they have these 4 stones that you used to be required to lift. It was a type of gauge. Depending on what you could lift was your actual value as a sailor and what you got paid. I think this was a carryover from the Viking Age. You see, when the Vitric stones were around, they still rowed oars to go out fishing. That got me thinking about how much rowing the Vikings actually did. That would be like a lot. So I'm going to be implementing a 1-hour rowing session 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, I know they would have done it for several hours, but I'm raising 3 kids on my own here. And like my life isn't preposterous enough as it is, I don't know, but it should translate into pushing that truck a mile. Does anybody out there know of any actual requirements to be a Viking? The only ones I can gather are from common sense. And the last thing I've been wrestling with in my own little headcanon is, a lot of people use the allegory that Vikings were like pirates, when I would argue that many of them were more like privateers, because they had permission from their kings, jarls, or chieftains. They just didn't have a letter of writ. Sorry, I've had a lot on my mind lately, and I've been busy roasting, Nootsies. Hope that helps, ma'am. Ah-cha-cha-cha.